All right, so again, we are on page 1104, and we are going to be working exercise 22-6. So let me share my screen with you. And so, exercise 22-6, all right, page 11. Ooh, that's not a very nice looking 11. All right. 1104. And so this problem reads, Sonic Incorporated manufactures two models of speakers, the Rumble and the Thunder. Based on the following production and sales data for June, prepare first of all a sales budget and then a production budget. And so, whenever we're doing a report, right, and that or a budget, the first thing that we always want to start off with, all right, is a title, all right. And so, this really is going to be A. And so we're going to have Sonic Incorporated. This is going to be a sales budget. Okay. And this is going to be for the month of June. Yeah, I don't know, the moth of June. All right, so the month of June. And, so I want you to know that there's multiple ways that you can put this information out. Okay. However, the way that the textbook does it is probably, I think, the most clearest. Right? And so in this case, we basically have two products, Rumble and Thunder, and we have two different divisions. And so in calculating the sales budget, well, first of all, where do you think we're going to get these numbers from? Hopefully your answer was the sales force, okay? Because if you watch the videos, we talk about including as many people from the production of your products to the sales of your product. We want to include them in the budgeting process. It's not the accountant's job, right, to come up with the numbers for the budget. It might be their responsibility to format, right, the budget or to prepare the budget, but the numbers are coming from other people, right? And so we basically are going to talk to our sales force from the East and the West region, and we're going to ask them, hey, how many Rumble, okay, what are these, speakers, all right, are we going to sell? And so we're going to get the information from both East and West. See, because from this budget, there are really three numbers that are crucial. All the other numbers are important, but there's three numbers that are crucial that this budget needs to communicate, all right? First of all, they need to communicate units. Okay. And so in talking to the East, all right, they expect, all right, to sell 12,000 units, okay, of Rumble. And the West, they expect to sell 14,000 units for a total of 26,000 units. This number right here is crucial. It's crucial because we're going to need that information in order to do the sales budget. All righty? Well, to continue, did I say a sales budget? No, we're going to need that information for the production budget. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply that, all right, times the selling price. Okay. And so obviously units times selling price is going to give you sales. And so we had the unit selling price is the same, which it isn't always. On the exam it is, but in the real world, all right, it isn't always necessarily the same price. There can be price differences between regions, all right, but in this case it is. It's still the $160. And so if we extend those, all right, we have 12,000 times 160. We anticipate $1,920,000 for the east, and 14,000 times 160, 2,240,000. And so we end up with $4,160,000 in sales of the Rumble speaker. Well, we're basically going to do that same thing for the Thunder. All right, so we have Thunder, and we had the East thought that they could sell 3,500, and I'm sorry, I should move that down. For the East, 3,500. In the West, it's going to be 4,000. We're selling these things for $200. Oops, not 2,000. So for $200. And again, really a crucial number here is this: the total Thunder speakers that we're going to sell. So all we need to do is extend these across 3,500 times 200. Okay. By the way, where do you think we came up with that selling price? Probably from our break-even analysis. All right. So, one of the things we, and I think I posted this on there, when we're calculating break-even, it's important to understand, the relationship between increasing sales price on break-even. So if we increase the sales price, break-even point goes down, right? If we increase any cost, the break-even point is going to go up, right? And so they have a, costs and break-even, they're correlated, which means if variable cost goes up, break-even point goes up. Fixed costs go up, break-even point goes up. If sales goes up, it has an inverse relationship, which means break-even point goes down. And so in utilizing this and talking to our sales force, we were able to arrive at a selling price of $200 for each of these. All right, so take the 4,000 times 200, and that comes up with 800,000. And that gives us $1,500,000. Right? And so, as I said, right, there are three numbers that are crucial. Right? There's this number. We're going to use that in our next production budget. There's this number. And then there is total sales. Total sales is really what the sales budget is telling us, all right? And so we want to just add these, these sales numbers together, all right? And so we have 0, 0, 0, 0, 6, 6, 5. Let me proof that. I don't trust my math skills. Right. Yep, $5,660,000. See, this is a crucial number because the reason that we're doing this, all right, was for the operating budgets, and the ultimate operating budget is the budgeted income statement. All right? And so this number here is the third most important number, okay, on this sales budget. I mean, these things, right, are nice to have, okay, and they communicate information, right, as are these, because we can see the sales for the East and the West divisions and whatnot. All right, but the most important numbers, okay, are the numbers, the number of units of Rumble we're going to do, the number of units of Thunder we're going to do, and then the total sales. This one's going off to the sales budget, or I'm sorry, the budgeted income statement. Okay, and then these ones, as you'll see, are going to be used, all right, for the production budget. And I can guarantee you, all right, somewhere along the line, they're going to ask you the question in a multiple choice, what's the first budget that we have to start with? And the answer is we always start with sales. And that, I want you to know that that is true also when it comes to your personal budget, all right? Your personal budget should, obviously you won't have sales, but your personal budget should always start with your revenues, or how much money you're going to have, right? Because you can't spend what you don't earn, right? And that's the case here, right? Sales drives everything. Any questions about that sales budget? All right. Because next comes our production budget. And again, all right, it's important to have the title. All right, so we have Sonic. All right, this is a production budget. Okay. And this is for the month, okay, of June. And again, this is looking into the future. It isn't looking back like what we have done in the past. Okay. And so with our production budget, what we're going to basically do, and again, you can set this up any way that you want, all right? However, the textbook does have a good method. It communicates, and that is probably the way that I would do it also, all right? And so we have the Rumble, and we have the Thunder. As far as our products, okay? And on the production budget, see, if we anticipate that we're going to sell 26,000 speakers, Rumble speakers, and 7,500 Thunder speakers, we have to make sure that we have those to sell, right? And so what we're going to start with, right, is we're going to start with our anticipated sales for June. And that's where these numbers come from, or why we need them. All right, so again, we needed 26 and 7,500 of Thunder. Because we need to make those in order to sell those. Hope that makes sense. Well, we don't want to just make enough, right? We don't want to just make 26,000 speakers, Rumble speakers, right? Because what if we sell 26,200? We don't have enough there, do we? Okay. And so what we want to create is this idea of a cushion. We want to have a little bit of cushion there, because what if our estimates, because these are all estimates based on our sales force, right? They're the best estimates we have, but what if they're wrong? What if we sell more than we anticipated? If you don't have them, then you miss out on that opportunity to make money, right? And so that's what this production budget does. It says, hey, this is our what we anticipate that we're going to sell, and to that we're going to add the desired ending inventory. This is our cushion, all right? And so they give us that information, you know, as of June 30th. All right, we say, hey, you know what? We want to make sure that we have a little bit of extra. Okay? So we're going to add 500 units, all right, for the Rumble and 250 units for the Thunder. Really, what they're doing with that information is they're providing for, you know, excess sales. This is our cushion. And so we add this up, and this is really our production needs. Yeah, my handwriting was never very good, but I have to say it's even worse using one of these stylus pens. Right? But those are our production needs. We need to produce 26,500 units Rumble and 7,750 units of Thunder. That's our production needs. That makes sure that we have enough units to sell and you know, to have a little bit of a cushion. However, if we already had those units, right, on hand, okay, if we had the beginning, okay, inventory, okay, if we had beginning, if there was already 750 units that were on hand, we obviously don't need to produce those, right? And you know, for the Rumble, and there was 300, okay, for the Thunder. Okay, so if we already had those, okay, then we don't need to produce them. And so all we have to do is subtract those. And so 26,500 subtract 7,500. I'm sorry, 750 gives us 25,750. And this is 745. This is production. Those are the number of units that we need to produce. Any questions? Well, that's about all that. Let me turn my camera back on. Oh, you guys are looking at my ceiling there. Forget about that. You know, so that's really all that I had prepared for today's class. I do want to open it up. I'm going to stop the recording.